A $99 grinder that rivals $300 model sounds too good to be true, right? But the Kingrinder K6 might just change your coffee habits forever. But let me tell you right away, this grinder is excellent and it's one of my favorite. Hey everyone, coffee lovers, welcome to Cafe Lista. I'm Colin and this is the channel where we break down the world of coffee and espresso at home. Today we are diving deep into the Kingrinder K6, this manual grinder that created a buzz in the coffee community. We'll look at its build quality, performance of course for espresso and filter coffee, and most importantly, we will see if it truly deserves its reputation as the best manual grinder in this category. But first, let's set the context. The manual grinder market is kind of a jungle. On one side you have the cheapest grinder like the Timer C2 or C3 around $50 or $70. They are great, perfect for beginners, but limited for espresso. On the other side, you have references like the Comandante C40 at $250 or some excellent model from Espresso, the K Ultra. All those grinders are excellent, but much more expensive. And this one here, the K6, well, it's quite different. The bet of the K6 is offer one complete grinder capable of doing everything espresso and filter coffee for under $100. So the ambition is to break the rules and to offer high-end performance at an accessible price. Does it work? That's what we are going to find out together. First, contact with the K6. And honestly, for $99, this is solid. All aluminum body, anodized finished. It weighs 630 grams in your hand. We can feel the difference from entry-level grinder. So, of course, we don't have the premium finish of a K Ultra, for example. This one is simple, it's functional, and it's well made. A pretty interesting feature here is the removable handle with a 6mm hex socket. Why this is brilliant? Because you can attach a cordless drill and transform it into a quasi-electric grinder. So it works, but for me it's more like a gadget. Ergonomically, the rubberized grip here works really well. The wooden handle is comfortable and the bean hopper holds 35 grams of coffee, so more than enough for your daily needs for 1 or 2 person. But let's get to the heart of the matter, the burrs, of course. The K6 features 48mm conical stainless burrs with an heptagonal 7-sided geometry. But why this shape and why is that important? These burrs produce a very uniform particle size distribution with very few fines. So practically, this gives you coffee with lots of clarity, a pronounced acidity, a very distinct flavors. I measured grinding times for 18 grams for espresso, for example. You can do that in 45 to 60 seconds. That's quite fast for a manual grinder, thanks to the large 48mm burrs. So it's still a manual grinder, you will have to put some effort, that's normal. One great thing about it is the external adjustment. It's quite genius for a grinder at that price. Each click corresponds to 16 microns and 60 clicks will do a full rotation. What does that mean? That means it is precise enough for espresso. And you can go from espresso to a filter coffee pretty easily by just turning it from the outside. I'll advise you to keep on a notebook or your phone the specific settings because it's quite easy to forget. Now let's talk about the espresso, and this is where it gets interesting. I tested several coffees, different roast level, and the result, we have a very clean espresso, beautiful crema. The heptagonal burrs produce a modern espresso. It's oriented toward clarity and acidity. So with this grinder, you can really make excellent shot. However, if you prefer traditional espresso with more pronounced body, chocolate notes, it can sometimes be a bit limited and lean more toward aromatic clarity. But if you started into espresso, don't really bother with that. We are talking details here. It remains an excellent grinder for all type of espresso. And by the way, I have prepared a free guide to never mess up your extraction again. You can download it in the description. Now let's talk about filter coffee because this is also where the magic happens. The K6 truly excels at filter coffee. Whether you have a V60, a Chemex, AeroPress, French press, so whatever your favorite method, this grinder produces a cup with exceptional clarity. The flavors are separated or distinct with a clean finish. And for French press, it's also pretty interesting because we have virtually zero sediment at the bottom of the cup thanks to the low production of the fines. Now for the settings, of course it's going to change, but you can count on 75 to 110 clicks for a V60, 100 to 130 for the French press. Again, the external adjustment makes switching between methods really smooth. So a pleasure in daily use. And if you're still with me, and if you like that video, please go leave a like below. It's not much, but I can assure you it really helps us. And don't forget to subscribe. Now, when we talk about maintenance, well, here it remains pretty simple. It's a classic disassembly to clean the burrs. Nothing complicated. Just watch out for the small retaining clip that can be easily lost. And one important point, like all grinders, manual grinder, the K6 can have a static issue. The solution could be to use RDT, a micro drop of water on your beans before grinding. Now the catch cup screws on, so it's secure, but it's a bit less convenient than a magnetic system. It's not that bad. It's a small compromise you have to accept for the price. So who is this for? This is a grinder I tend to recommend to pretty much everyone who wants to be serious about his coffee. But if you're starting with specialty coffee and want a versatile grinder, this is perfect. If you love modern, bright, acidic coffee, also go for it. If you're looking for an excellent filter coffee grinder on tight budget, again, ideal. And in the end, if you're looking for the best value for money and an all-in-one grinder, I don't think there is anything better than this one. And no, I'm not affiliated at all with Kingrinder. This is not a partnership or a sponsored review. It's just that for the price, this is really good. So how to conclude on this grinder? As I said, for the price, the performance is really unprecedented. To give you an idea, it rivals with the grinder that are 2 or 3 times the price. Sure, you won't get the premium finishes, the magnetic catch cup, a travel case, but for coffee quality, and for me, this is what really matters, the difference could be marginal. This is an excellent grinder that makes access to quality coffee extremely easy. Great for espresso, amazing for filter coffee. As I said, for me currently, this is the best option for a manual grinder on a small budget. We're almost done here. If you like that video, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy this one here. Now, I hope you have a good day. I'll see you next week on Cafe Lista. Ciao.